Hey guys, Eli here, and on today's video I want to go what I believe is the true potential of NFT. Now, nowadays, NFT's been nothing but the craze of lately. Everybody's talking about NFT, buying NFT, and to be honest with you, I honestly didn't see it until I started thinking about it. So on today's video, I want to talk about the potential that I believe, this is solely opinion based right here, how I believe the potential of NFT could be real big in the future. And we're starting now. Alright, if this is your first time on this channel, you like to talk about personal finance and mindset, make sure you guys support the Urban Lifestyle channel by hitting that thumbs up and make sure you smash that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. And make sure you guys take advantage of the free resources down in the description below. Alright, so let's get into it real quick. Now, for those of you guys who don't know NFT, from my basic understanding of NFT, it's pretty much something digital where you can actually buy pieces of, sort of like a stock. If Apple is a company, which it is, and they want to sell pieces of that company, they have a stock, and you can buy a share of that company, which is you're just buying a small percentage of that company, and you now own a piece of percentage of that of Apple stock or Apple's company. All right, so the same thing with NFT. NFT. If, let's say, matter of fact, let me just switch to the iPad here. So let's say we have this tweet right here. This is a tweet I did on around March 16, 2021. I said when to buy your silver, and I put a link. Now let's say I wanted to sell this tweet right here, and I say, hey, you know what? I want to sell 1 million shares of this, or a million shares of this tweet right here. And I want to sell it at $1 a share, which means that this tweet is now worth $1 million, split a million different ways, sold at $1. So if 1 million people buys it, and let's say the demand for this tweet, to own this tweet, just goes really high, then it has a potential of being more money. It could be $1.50, it could become $2. Now this tweet is now worth $2 million, right? So now, this is where I go into my true potential. I believe to use this tweet, you would have to pay. Let's say now I own a certain percentage of this tweet, and then I give, let's say I own 50%, and I give off the other 50% to other people, and they want to buy it. If they want to buy it, boom, they buy it that way. All right. Now I say, hey, to use this tweet, you have to pay, right? So now you buy this tweet, or let's say somebody just go online, they take this tweet and then they put it on TV, or they want to use it as a reference point of something. They use it online, and I say, hey, hold on, you're using this tweet, now you got to pay, right? So now, not only do you pay, the person that receives the money is the owner and all the owners of the NFT, right? Now, where I want to break down the potential, where I truly see the potential for NFTs is everything that is made can potentially be an NFT. All right, that can be music. Now I'm gonna give you guys an example. Let's say your favorite artist releases a song, and then he says, you know what, hey, I own 50% of this song, or let's say whatever the record labels do, whatever, they own 50% of the songs, and they want to give off another 50%, right? And people who thinks this song has potential, oh man, this song is going to be a classic, this song is going to be amazing. Oh man, all right. Hey, I want to buy shares of it right now. The demand goes up, boom, whatever. Every time that song gets paid royalties, and now remember, this is not what's going on right now. This is just in my opinion. Every time that song gets played on radio right now, as it exists today, people gets to pay. The artist gets paid royalties off the song being played on radio stations, whether it be 10 cents every time it gets played, or maybe it's a penny. But the thing is that it gets played around the world. Every time a radio station plays it, and it's probably getting played 20 times within that one radio station. There's thousands of radio stations around the world playing that song maybe 10, 20 times each and every day for the next however long. So now let's take it even further. Let's say that song is a classic. We're talking about 20 years down the line. Oh man, listen, Throwback Thursday, let's play this song. Boom. Again, now that's royalty being paid to the artist. Now let's say the record label or the artist, they said, hey, you know what, I want to sell off some of the NFTs. I want to sell off some of the NFTs. I want to keep, let's say, 20%, and I'm going to sell off 30% or whatever. I'm going to sell off the rest off to be sold as NFTs. Now, the way I see it going in the near future, The way I see it, I believe, well, it may not happen, but this is just the way I can see it. Now, every time when that song gets played, and the royalties has to be paid, not only does it go to the record label, it goes to every individual royalty, such as dividends. The same way, hey, if you own Apple stock, they pay you dividends for owning that stock. Every time when that song gets played from that artist who sold that one song, it could be an album, it could be the entire album package, it could be just that one specific song. Every time that song gets played, every time that song gets downloaded from iTunes, the owner of the NFT gets it. It could create a way to create a whole different stream of income, depending on how many shares you have. And if the demand for that song is high, the share prices of that NFT goes up as well. So not only would it benefit individuals who's buying that NFT, it also benefits the artists as well. Yes, they may lose on the royalties. They may not have as much royalties. I mean, if I have a song, I would want the entire royalties. But at the same time, what about the share value of that NFT? Let's say, hey, you sold it, you start selling it at, let's say, $1 per share for every NFT for that one song that you just made. And then in the future, is no longer $1 per share. Let's say 10, 20 years from that song is a bona fide classic, right? It's a bona fide classic. And now we see that share, or that NFT that was once $1 per song per NFT, is now 10, 20, maybe even $100, depending on the popularity of the song, if it was a classic or not. So I can see it that way. Not only will they be gaining royalties from the NFT that they do have, or everybody will, they also have a way to get share appreciation as well, because this is something digital. All right, this is not a physical company where you have shares. This is something digital that you can actually sell to people, and at the same time, not only will they receive dividends on the royalties that's being played, and they also get share appreciation or NFT appreciation. Don't mind me, I'm just speaking of stock market terms here. Okay, the same thing could be done with art. Artists create something, and then, hey, maybe it's not worth now, or it's not worth as much now, but let's say years down the line is worth something big. It gets put on display in the museum. People comes to see that art whenever it's being used on shows or whatever, TV. Royalties are being paid, or hey, the commission fees for people that comes to see that art gets paid out. Not only will the artist receive something, and not only will the artist receive share appreciation, they also receive that royalties from people buying tickets to come see that. Excuse me. Same thing could be said with movies. The same thing, like I said, with music could be done with movies. Every time if that movie is a classic, people come and watch that movie. Sorry, throat is dry. I need some water a little bit. Same thing could be done with TV shows. Imagine all those classics. One show I love watching is Twilight Zone. I wasn't even born when the Twilight Zone was created. I think it was like, 30, 40 years before me. But that's a TV show I love to watch. It's on Netflix. Netflix pays out whoever owns the rights to the Twilight show series. Who knows? They pay a right for that. And now imagine if you can take your favorite TV shows and then you get an NFT. Maybe it's per episode. Maybe it's that one specific episode that just did better than every other, or you can get the TV show as a whole. Anytime that show is being played on TV, every time that show is being used as a reference point in a movie, when you watch a movie and they're watching a TV show within that, within the movie, or a TV show within a TV show, whatever it may be, any reference point to it, maybe some royalties get kicked back to the owners. Now imagine a world where you have the right to buy the NFTs for your favorite TV show, for your favorite art, for your favorite movie, for your favorite song, and potentially, depending on how the performance of the art does within the span of years, if it's a classic or whatever it may be, you get kicked back a royalty, and at the same time, maybe some share appreciation. And that's the true potential I see as far as NFT. It's not here now, but this is just something I was looking at, and this is something I was just mapping out things. Hey, when Apple came out, they had a phone. They had a phone that you can touch screen. That's all people saw. Oh, that's not gonna really do anything. Oh, okay, cool, you can play music. But who would know that, let's say 15 or 20 years later, 10 years later, when Apple first announced their phone, who would know that this is pretty much the source of everything? Listen, I make money on this phone. I make money on this phone. I get my entertainment value from this phone. I do YouTube from this phone. I have a business. I run a business through this phone. I edit my videos on this phone. Well, not this video. This one's going straight to the live stream so you guys can watch it. But there's so much stuff that I've done with this phone. This phone replaced a beeper, a computer, a laptop, a tablet, whatever it may be. All the stuff, all the gadgets that we had back in the early 2000s and the 1990s is all replaced by this one phone. This one phone. So who would have thought that this phone would have been as big as it is, or the thing that it can do right now? So NFT may be small now, but just looking at the potential that it may have, of course, is going to need to be widespread adapted. A lot of people's going to have to trust it. A lot of people's going to have to utilize it that way. But that's just right now still in this infancy stage. And that's my thoughts. This is what I like it for what it's doing right now. I'm not really too much a fan of it, of NFTs. But if this, what I just laid out, plays out, I can see a world where, hey, maybe it may be a good idea to invest in NFTs, especially if it plays out the way I produce it. Now, I do want to say, like I said before, this is just my opinion. This is not what I believe is going to happen. I mean, this is exactly what I believe is going to happen. I'm not saying this is what's going to exactly play out. This is just my opinion. But guys, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys comment. Make sure you guys leave that thumbs up. I already said that. Subscribe to the channel. And make sure you guys follow the Urban Lifestyle channel. I know I haven't been posting up a lot lately. I've been extremely busy. Personal matters came into works, and I have to make sure I take care of what's going on with me and my family. Just want to make sure everybody's having a wonderful day, guys. Thank you for the overwhelming support that you guys show to the channel. Is really appreciated. Thank you so much, and have